This is Dr. Amy Hayek, President and co-founder of Animal Chiropractic Education Source, where we help doctors build successful animal chiropractic practices. Here is your free new exam structure. It's your new exam technique for you to be able to help your clients, help your patients know whether their animal needs to see an animal chiropractor or not. So Sammy was a dachshund mix and arrived on a cold, dark night at All Creatures Every Spine, unable to get up and walk to his owner.
Come here, Sammy. Come here, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's okay. He's not even himself. He's not even here. He's not checked in at all. He would never not come to me.
So in that video, you could see that Sammy was definitely not himself. After examining him, we found that he had several subluxations. A subluxation is like a sprained ankle, only it's in the spine, and it can be caused by trauma or toxins or thoughts like emotions that change or alter how the nervous system responds to the environment around it. A leg length exam helps to localize the segment of the spine in which the subluxation is located. Generally speaking, we're looking for a subluxation either further back in the spine where his apparent issue was, the back legs, or further forward in the spine because of the way that the spinal cord is set up in small animals, in animals in general. It can be anywhere there along the cord. As we watch his feet during the exam, we're going to see them change position as the assistant turns his head. So right now, his right leg is shorter than his left. So if you would turn his head toward the tables, toward that direction. Okay. And then if you can turn his head toward the wall or to your left.
Okay.
All right. Now you can relax. Upon localizing the subluxation, he was adjusted, and then we rechecked him using the same leg length technique. Okay, now I have his feet. Now turn his head to the wall. Either way, I don't care. Okay, and then turn his head the other direction. And that'll do. In that video, we could see that his feet remained in pretty close approximation of each other, whereas before they changed levels. The leg length exam in the quadruped is incredibly valuable in diagnosing problems of the spine in animals with or without gait abnormalities or lameness. They don't have to be paralyzed to have leg length disparities that let us know that they are a good candidate for a chiropractic adjustment. The leg length exam has no contraindications, it's inexpensive, and it's non-invasive. So you say, how's it done? It looked pretty complicated in that video. In these next 3 videos, we'll share with you exactly how the leg length exam can be done. The beauty of this exam is that you can add it to your regular exam when you see animal patients. If you are not an animal chiropractor yet, this exam will help you determine whether you can be the hero for the animal patient and send that animal to an animal chiropractor who's certified and knows how to then adjust those segments to help these animals thrive and survive. The first thing that we do is make the hind limbs non-weight bearing, which means we pick them up off of the ground. In this case, we use a small table so the animal's a little higher off the ground, and then pick the legs up. Then we'll turn the nose slowly to the right and then slowly to the left while we observe what goes on in the back end.
So we're going to do this leg length check, and what we're going to do is we are going to watch her hind legs move as we move her head. So we're going to turn her head toward the wall, and then we're going to turn it back to the middle, and then we're going to turn it toward me. Okay, good. And then back to the middle. All right.
So that's what it looks like from above, and that's what the assistant does. Just simply turns the nose from one direction to the other. There doesn't have to be any rotation in that turn, just simply turn the nose. Now what we're going to do is look at what happens in the back end. So prior to a chiropractic adjustment, we oftentimes see those legs change length. Sometimes it's pretty subtle, so we might have to look at the toes or the hocks, which are the ankles that are above the feet, in order to be able to see that distance change.
Okay, we're going to turn her head toward the wall, and then back to the middle. That's not comfortable. And then toward me, and then back to the middle. Thanks.
In that case, we could see that the dog was uncomfortable and that the legs definitely had a shift. Once the adjustment has been done, we recheck that animal in the same position using the same exam motion.
Okay, so now turn her head to the wall, and then turn her head back straight, and then turn her head toward me. Thank you. And that shows.
There we can see that the legs don't move and the dog is much more comfortable. What if I only see large animals? Even as a chiropractor, maybe the only animals in your life are cows and sheep. As veterinarians, if you're only seeing large animals, you are so in luck. This same exam can be done on horses and livestock. It's a little more difficult to get their hind end up off the ground. So we use a slightly different indicator, but the principles behind the adjustment are the same.
Okay, so now turn her head to the wall, and then turn her head back straight, and then turn her head toward me.
In our large animal leg length exam, we're going to use an indicator like the one in the picture. We call this our hip leveler. In those large animals, we look for motion in the pelvis. The tuber sacrali, which are the two kind of bumped up bones that we find over the rump, we're going to find that they will shift. That hip leveler is going to show us when that happens. In these large animals, it's going to mean the same thing as what we see in small animals when the feet shift from longer to shorter length. It tells us that the dura is moving and the muscles are affected. It also lets us know that other parts of the body are probably affected because that nervous system isn't up to 100% par. But the biggest thing that this indicator tells us is that this animal is a great candidate for a chiropractic adjustment that will help level that out and make this animal's nervous system more likely to do its job. We know that you want to help your animal patients. Who else would have gone through all the rigors of schooling and studying and knowing all those things if you didn't want to help the patients that come in your door? And if you're a human chiropractor, those patients sometimes bring with them their animal companions. Sometimes helping those animals requires a crystal ball. The problem is that oftentimes crystal balls are out of stock, or in a crisis like this most recent one, they're not essential, so you can't find them anywhere. This can make you feel uncertain about some cases, especially those cases for clients who don't have the funds for big diagnostic implementation. So practice this exam on every animal who comes to see you. It's simple, and it will help you feel more certain about your recommendations for seeking out a certified animal chiropractor. It'll help owners get great care, which will make them happy. And they will like you better, which means they will see you more often. And that in turn means you will make more money. Let's do a quick review.
Okay, we're going to turn her head toward the wall. And then back to the middle. That's not comfortable. And then toward me. And then back to the middle. Thanks.
We believe you deserve a reward. You deserve to be paid for your knowledge, and we understand that what it's like to see patients who can cause you to second guess yourself, which is why we created this short video for you to download to train thousands of doctors this simple exam technique to help them, help their patients, help their clients. So let's review.
Okay, so now turn her head to the wall, and then turn her head back straight, and then turn her head toward me. Thank you. And that shows
a successful adjustment with a leg length exam. So here's how you do this. You add the leg length exam to your regular exam routine. You find a certified animal chiropractor or become one yourself. And then you grow your practice by helping those really confusing cases that are having difficulty getting resolution by checking to see if their nervous system is working with this simple exam. Download this video and join more patients who love seeing you, and find more information at animalchiropracticeducation.com, where we believe you should be able to build a successful animal chiropractic practice.